Welcome everyone! We are the Grin brothers!
No.
And today there's gonna be spiders!
You're not welcome.
Spiders.
Squeedies.
And we think after Spider-Man everyone would love spiders.
There's spiders in Monster Hunter Sunbreak.
Speaking of Monster Hunter Sunbreak, I did have a question about that. Did I hear something about they've... because you mentioned about the change they made to guns, giving you the ability to do so amazing feats such as crouch.
Yes.
Did they make a change to the insect glaive, from what I think I overheard?
Yeah, they had to nerf it.
Oh, I thought it was like a change where you could control, like, play purely as the insect or something?
No, what it was in
I
the...
hate these ones. I can never get onto that middle platform without sliding a bit.
They, made the gun lance too powerful to the point where people only fought using the bug. Like, they didn't actually use the weapon at all, because you didn't need to. The reason for this was... they buffed one of the particular abilities of the bug, where it create like a powder that was explosive, and then you could detonate it. But it did like way too much damage.
Strange lack of barrels so far.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there we go.
There we go.
Those little blue things are adorable.
Like I thought, guess it does nothing.
No, it's the little blue creatures. We're gonna have to go that way, yes.
These are different from spiders than I was expecting. They are cute though. Yes! Now that was awesome. Happy birthday to me.
Good job blowing out the candle, DK. Oh, that one's caged. Oh. Oh.
We are terrible people.
We also just destroyed the ancient ruin stuff in the background.
Oh, can you imagine if that was the sound effect every time? Or like...
DK, what are you doing over there?
Thinking of Tiny Kong.
You know, he does have a canonical girlfriend. He could have died. That could have easily been the answer. Or to be fair,
Who is
after
his canonical girlfriend again?
Candy Kong.
Oh, yeah.
Or to be fair, after the changes Nintendo did to Tiny Kong, I think they want you to think of Tiny Kong that way.
Yeah.
She's the younger sister of Dixie Kong.
Nintendo are a bunch of furries.
Look, we changed this so it's about Star Fox. We should probably remove Crystal as well. No! Keep Crystal in! What are you talking about, Miyamo? She must stay in!
Crystal for life.
Which is ironic given she then barely appears.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, Insect Glaive could nuke monsters in it with a team of Insect Glaive users by just throwing bugs at people. And they did not bother using the actual glaive. They just used the insect. Maybe just blow the candle out, see if it does something. No.
That was what you called skill. Something that really happened on screen.
Something that rarely happens. Let's get a checkpoint for this.
Yay! They still never explained the pigs.
No.
That's just the one...
Why is he immune to hypnotism?
That's like... And funny enough, whereas the tikis didn't quite work as the hoped for, new iconic enemy replacement that Retro were hoping for. Oh.
Oh.
I didn't realize you were on one heart.
I didn't realize they were going to do that because they didn't do it earlier.
Yeah.
I look forward to fighting the new spider. Well, I say new. It's a subspecies spider.
Oh, like your fiery spider.
Yeah, they've got a more fiery version of it, from the sounds of it. I think it's supposed to be a lava version.
Maybe I can... No, peanuts are not the answer. Or maybe now. I'm not sure what the answer there is.
Dying.
There we go. Maybe dying is our answer. Oh.
Oh, really? Oh my god. Thank you.
I'm so glad we can just cheat our way through instead of actually accomplishing this via skill.
I do not have the brain function for skill. Get in the ground.
Yeah. He already did and gave me money.
Yeah, I believe the new variant is something like Magmapie Arachnopterydachi or something, which sounds dope. I wasn't a fan of fighting these new subspecies of Somacan.
Sonican?
Somacan.
Oh.
Because it becomes very difficult to counter. Why is
Hey, we got lots of coins from that though.
the face is angry? Elephant! Oh. Oh.
One banana. One coin.
Sad. I've not been making much of the... Like, I've been focusing solely on my gun.
Yeah.
But I can start upgrading my hunting horn now, because I can fight Naga Cougars.
What other weapons have you used in the past? Because, like, I'm pretty sure you didn't use gun or that in Worlds.
Oh, heavy bowgun was my main weapon in Worlds.
Oh, okay.
It was... Right, so what it was, my first playthrough of Worlds, I used heavy bowgun and... Lance... No. Hunting horn, I believe. No, switch axe.
Switch axe.
Then in my second playthrough, I used...
I think Switch Axe was introduced in the one that From Software developed, because was
Yeah.
it Monster Hunter Generations X, I think they
Switch
made?
axe and charge blade were introduced.
And that was the game where they introduced weapon, stances for all the stuff, and then they kind of got rid of it, and ironically they brought it back,
Yeah,
sounds of it.
more or less. Yeah, then my second playthrough after the PS4 died was Lance and Hunting Horn.
Mm.
And then when I got it on PC, I went back to using heavy bowgun, but used all other 3 weapons. I've also used dual blades a alright amount.
Yeah.
And I did have a longsword set in Iceborne, but it was more just like a mess around set. I've messed around with gun lance as well. I've tried using hammer, but...
You've got control, by the way.
Oh. I thought you had control.
Nah, because you're no longer dead.
Oh yeah.
You've been dead all these other times.
Uh.
Video game characters must be very relaxed about the topic of death.
Well, yeah.
Just don't die in a cutscene.
Yeah, we definitely get a rhino in this level. On account of
Are
the
you
rhino
sure?
drop.
Yay!
Half expected that to just kill us. Bolo.
Yee! Were the guys just stuck in the spikes then, or...? Can we... Yeah, we can walk in the spikes, can't we? Yeah,
Oh, we
can
break them.
Yeah, we can break them. It's a bit weird that, they keep only bringing back just Rambi when there are just so many.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, back.
Oh.
Ha! Eagle-eyed I am. I'm
I'm-
practically blind.
I am I. I exist. Arguably.
Also, what the... Oh, yeah. Like, Diddy Kong attempts to use the jetpack and it does barely nothing, which makes sense.
Yeah. Do they want us to go through the hoop?
Yes.
How did it become bananas?
Oh gosh, I thought we were dead.
So. But it's alright, we live.
So, you got more to talk about with,
I can do, yeah, sorry.
I know, there was I didn't know if you were, like, concentrating. Do you want to take control, or...?
I can, you can do the controls, I'll talk. I'm just kind of zoning out a little.
Yeah, so I've noticed.
I'm very tired.
Actually, there's one quick thing I wanted to just bring up before you go back to Monster Hunter, I assume.
Yeah.
Question for you.
Okay.
What did the Romans worship before the Greeks?
Mm,
What did the Romans worship before the Greeks? Because the Roman gods are all based off the Greeks' gods.
yeah.
What did they worship before the Greeks?
I don't know. Probably just some other god they stole from someone else.
Well, whilst of course, Roman, mythology is mainly based off of what can we copy off of other things. Hence, they, ended up adopting Christianity very easily. They weren't too much of a thinker in terms of their lore and such, whereas the Greeks did nothing but think.
Yeah.
Bunch
of nerds.
But the interesting thing is the Romans still had some origin basis to their gods beforehand, because most pagan entities had, religion regardless sort of thing. Or at least a mythology as it tends to be.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
That dude just walked off the cliff.
But the interesting part with... Oh, what? But hey,
Oh.
okay. But the interesting part is that the Romans kind of had their gods already existing in some form, but the
Yeah.
manner they existed was very different until they adopted the Greek form, where they basically took the gods they already worshipped and gave them basically their Roman gods' names.
Yeah.
For instance, there's Mars.
Yeah. God of War.
Yeah, do you want to know what Mars was?
God of War.
That is true. But originally Mars was a spear.
Just a spear.
Just a talking spear
Okay.
that they worshipped. And their other gods were very similar. They weren't humanoid. They were often just objects. because that's just how practically minded the Roman gods were, sort of thing. They were continuously thinking of rather than like intricate laws or relationships, they're like Mars was a spear. He was a very powerful spear. He won wars as a spear, and it's like, what else law? How did he interact with the other gods? No, never cared. You make that up.
How did he win wars?
No idea.
Someone had to
again, because Romans weren't much for writing things down particularly back then, before they basically took over the Greeks, where they said to the Greeks they conquered, yeah, you start writing this stuff down. We can't be bothered. And the Greeks basically had to come up with the law. The Greeks basically made fan fiction.
Amazing.
And it's like, but we have to use these characters. They were commissioned, basically, because the Romans couldn't be bothered to write their own stuff. Will. Yeah, because the Romans couldn't be bothered to come up with their own stuff, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, they had like, what was it, the Zeus equivalent, like, is it Titanius, or sort of thing? Where the Romans, like, had that and, like, the two others, sort of thing. And, like, eventually when they met the Greeks, but before they started actually conquering the Greeks, they had said, okay, let's make them humans instead, sort of thing. But they were, like, very unclear of the relationship. And it was the Greeks asking them, so, are they, like, related, or married, or... Oh, no, I never really thought about that.
Why
yeah, these two, I guess, yeah?
Why should we be involved in the personal life of our gods? That seems a bit invasive.
Yeah, but first they were objects, then when they even made them humanoids, they didn't really actually think much of it. They were just like, we just gotta sacrifice someone to this god. It's like, do you need a reason to cut someone's heart out on an altar? Not really.
Did the Romans
at least
do sacrifices?
They did do sacrifices. Not quite to the level of the Aztecs, which got a bit trigger happy with it.
Yeah.
After all, there was a situation... Oh, yeah. Should we do the extra level or the boss first?
Let's do the boss first.
Yeah.
It'll be easier. Well, the temple might need an entire episode.
Yeah.
So.
And we'll be fighting a gobble.
Yes.
And luckily we've got 150 coins to buy more lives, so...
That is fortunate. Because we'll need them.
Yeah, like there was an Aztec situation where a neighbouring tribe gave their princess in marriage to unite the tribe, sort of thing. They came back a week later to ask how the princess was doing, and said, yes, we've made her a goddess deity. We sacrificed her heart so she could be with the heavens.
I bet that went well.
Yeah, it did not go well. But basically they thought they were doing a good thing, because they were like, we've made her a goddess now.
Yeah.
It's like, interesting thing about Ireland and Catholicism, but Christianity sort of thing, how it got introduced. It actually was introduced, from my knowledge, surprisingly easy, given how most of Ireland is otherwise filled with, people slaughtering the Irish.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. For no real reason other than they can... meanwhile, the Romans, ironically, were the few people who didn't, because the Romans said, we can't be bothered to go to that island. We already had our asses handed to us by the Scottish. We really can't be bothered to check out Ireland.
Which is completely reasonable. Oh, I'm assuming we picked up the bomb.
Yeah, you best come back. Okay, I was a little bit confused there.
That was a damn good throw.
Yeah, did he got quite the arm. Direction? Oh, okay.
Didn't throw any bomb. Why was there just a...
but yeah, like, oh, I thought I could hurt her like that. Guess not.
Why was there just like a cauldron filled with bombs in this basement?
Yeah, Diddy Kong's got one heck of an arm on him.
Oh, that one spits fire. That's a tactical nuke.
She lowered the platforms.
I don't think a tactical nuke was necessary for that.
Damn. Oh. I'm succeeding despite my failures.
Okay, it wouldn't let me pick that up. It makes plane noises.
Meow. Well, that is not a plane, but okay. That was easy done. I say I saw several lives there.
It shouldn't even have any plumage. It was just born. Do you want to take this one away?
Sure.
Right.
Yes. But yeah, like this might be either the actual history or I think it was the actual history. But basically, they came over. The sort of like Catholics came over to Ireland, and they said, "You want to adopt Catholicism?" And the Irish like, "We got this lady who we really like. Just make her into one of your saints, and sure." And they were like, "Yeah, okay."
Wow.
And I think it was Ireland. I know there was one country where it's like they accepted the Christians coming there. Purely it's like, sure, we basically worship this person because she was so good for our country. Just make her a saint and you got a deal.
Amazing.
Father Christmas is turkey.
Father Christmas also used his fists to beat people up.
Yeah. He delivered presents to the kids and then punched the heck out of those who'd gone his way.
Oh. DK, destroying ancient relics of other civilizations.
Hooray, colonialism! DK says before the Kremlins come. Now I'm against this all of a sudden. We could always have a short episode, 21 minutes.
Yeah.
I think I need to go buy some more lives, perhaps.
Yeah, that's probably a good shot.
Because I think just consistently keeping above 100 coins for the most part until we get to the emergency situation of, rocket barrel stages is generally a good idea.
Yeah.
Because we can get, 7, 14, 21 extra balloons here and now.
As many balloons
Yeah.
as we can, because we will need them.
Yes.
Yeah, we do need that. Yeah, we'll end this episode a little bit shorter, and then do this.
The Shifty Smashers.
Yep. Sounds like it's going to be hell.
Well, every one of these levels either sounds like it's going to be hell or sounds very inappropriate.
Yeah. Most of the... To be fair, I think...
To be fair, that's where the rare spirit is kept alive.
Yep. Innuendos. Like, comment, subscribe to watch us suffer.
Cheer, everyone!
Bye.